Welcome to a round Irish corner today. Okay, today's is between Larry Simpson and Arin here. Okay, so the first question that everybody's wondering: what is your guys' thoughts on the Tommy Reese situation with Pine?
Up to you, boss. You make more money.
Oh, shit. I think it's a good thing. I mean, it's he needed to start lighting some fires. All these coaches need to start lighting some fires, and no matter if it made it on camera or not, but it was good. I thought Pine needs something to settle down. I mean, he did a few f words, but it was I think it was positive, and we'll see against North Carolina if he can get settled down. And he had a better first half than he did or better second half than he did first half. So
Yeah. Well,
I
I,
think
I agree. I agree with Aaron. Although, don't get me wrong, Pine has already told him before the famous quote, uh, "I need to be instilled. Uh, I need to have someone tell me I'm doing a great job, or I am really sucking." Uh, and when you have two people like that, we'll just use Aaron and me. Aaron says, "This is what I need done." Okay. And if you don't do it,
you freeze.
Absolutely. He was going on a roll there. I'm trying to hit
Yes.
the slap button for you guys, but I'm going to give you 2 points anyway. Okay.
I don't think Aaron would use those words on me, but he would still be irritated. Okay. So you've got to be able to take it the way it was meant. Uh Aaron's got a job, I've got a job under Aaron. If I do it right, there's no problem. And that was his problem with Pine. He wasn't doing it right. You looked at the first half, bad passes. Second half was a lot better. And like Aaron said, we'll see what happens in North Carolina.
Absolutely. So for the second question, okay, so what do you guys think is going to happen with North Carolina game? Do you think Pine will go back to kind of the chip he had with Wisconsin, or will he kind of fold, kind of like under the pressure? Even one of the greatest quarterbacks here, okay, stat wise, Ian Book did kind of a little bit. So do you think he goes into more that mold, or do you think he has that chip again, what you saw in Wisconsin?
I I think he'll be a lot better. Okay. I know that the offensive coordinator has been chewing on people. Uh, and if you can get the running game going,
They
and
did.
I think he will have a good game. But we cannot be in a shootout. There's just no way. Uh, do what we do best. That's run the football, out passes. God forbid anybody ever throws a screen. We wouldn't want to try that. But I think they've got a good chance. I really do.
I think Notre Dame will win. I did see a wrinkle with the Pine. He rolls out and he does that little swing past. It was
Pass, yeah.
Tyree. That
And
was
I
work.
lost it again, obviously.
They need to do that and get the running game. They had a good running game, a lot better than the first 2 weeks. And I think Pine starts excited because he's like one of those hyper guys, but I think he will settle down to the thing. Remember, this is what his third or fourth start, maybe his third start, maybe. He's still inexperienced. So, same with Buckner. Uh,
Right.
I still think they should have gone after a quarterback in the transfer poll in the beginning. And next year is going to be a big crucial because Buckner is going to still be new. He's out for the year. Uh, so Pine's going to get all the experience this year. So next year, Buckner's not going to have still, what, two starts?
Mm-hmm.
That's still inexperienced, and they're still trying to get CL Carr to reinstate to come to 23. So we still have Angeli. If Pine gets hurt, we're going to have to go with the freshman. So
Yeah.
And I hope they're
Absolutely.
working.
But do you think Carr decommits? Because he hasn't decommitted. He hasn't done anything yet. It's been kind of up in the air for the recruitment at the moment. So do you think he stays or does he go?
Well, we got till December. Nobody's really committed until that early signing day of
early
December.
sign.
Yeah, we still got a few more months. Right now, he's staying strong with Notre Dame. And look, he should look and see, oh, wow, Buckner and Pine, and I'm the next one coming, Angeli. So if he feels confident, he'll come to Notre Dame. I mean, if he thinks he can win I think somebody will transfer. Pine's still got what, another year or two? Buckner's got 2 or 3 years. I mean,
yeah. Well, I don't know. I think, Pine probably has another 2 years, including this year. Maybe another year. 'Cause the kid's a junior, I think.
What?
You good? You good, Larry?
I'm never good, but I'm on at the moment.
Okay. So, Larry, do you think Carr decommits?
No. Why would you decommit? Freeman is good enough to tell you, hey, you see our program. We need someone like you.
I'm putting this. I think I told you, Larry. I think Kelly knew what he had in his basket. It just helped him make the decision to go to LSU. He knew what this team was going to be like.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think he had confidence with the quarterback position. He didn't have the offensive line. The coach, they got Harry now to try to, and they played better, the offensive line, but they still need to be pushing people around. But I think Kelly knew this was going to happen.
Well, Arin, everybody wants to moan and groan at our coaching staff. Most of these players are Kelly's. Merriweather got in for a little bit. I didn't see Ford in. I don't know how many freshmen played. Maybe you know, Arin, but
Jalen Sneed played on special teams. That's one guy that is a stud, but he's still learning the playbook for defense. He's going to be a stud, Jalen Sneed. So, I mean, these coaches know what they're doing. If they're not performing or getting the playbook real quick, they're not going to play until they do. So,
right, absolutely. But Larry's having some technical difficulties there in Maryville. So we'll wait till the next question to get him on. Okay, so what are some of the keys for the Irish in the North Carolina game?
offensive line blocking, the run game. Not worried. If they don't have a run game, we're in huge trouble.
Yeah.
If we can't, Audric had a pretty good game. We ran a little bit harder. If we don't have a running game, bottom line, offensive line has to block.
Yeah.
Especially in the running game. Not too high on the wide receivers yet. No. Brandon Lindsay, I don't even know if they hardly throw to him at all. And we just don't have if you took Michael Mayer gets hurt, we're in big trouble. If Michael Mayer gets hurt, I mean, there's not that one wide receiver that's big time that they can throw to.
No. I mean, you might as well get Merriweather a chance. Okay. So, Larry, before you get kicked off again, what is the keys?
The first key, we have to have more time with the ball than North Carolina. 2, we have to stop our defensive backs and safeties from not knowing what the play is supposed to be run. C, you can't, being a captain and you hit someone in the head, you can't have that. 15-yard penalty, and that gave them a chance to win. No silly, no stupid plays. We have to run the ball, just like Arin said. Swing passes, yeah, maybe. And like I preached to Arin and you, throw one friggin' screen. Keep the linebackers from blitzing. And pray a lot.
Now, Pine gets a lot of happy feet, just like Ian Book did. And that pocket gets a little too close.
He gets again.
That's experience.
Absolutely. It's bad. I mean, it's probably bad over there. It's a little bit off here too in Northwest Indiana. It's not the greatest for Wi-Fi service and everything like that. But the next question, okay, is where is Mayweather? Why hasn't he been on the field more than a couple snaps this year?
I've read a few things. Inexperience. He's still learning the playbook. Not saying he's not talented, but he's not coming along as what they thought they would.
Yeah.
They're not going to throw him in there to make him look,
Yeah. Well, just like Arin said, he's still learning the playbook, and whether you realize or not, you got to block. And I've heard that that's one of his problems is blocking. Well, you got to do both.
Especially with those swing passes and the wide receiver screen. You have to have someone out there that knows how to block.
Yeah, and not hold. So as for Ford, excuse my language, I don't know what's up with him. Arin might know better.
I haven't seen him.
No,
I haven't seen anything for it.
No, I don't think many freshmen have got in. And whose class is that? That's Freeman's. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And to chastise him, okay, after 3 years, you can chastise him because that's 3 years of his kids. Okay. But the first year, and you can see he's irritated as heck. And he's not only, he's got to learn. He's the head coach. He's not the defensive coordinator.
Game's a learning experience for him. So,
Sure.
This is the fourth game? Fifth. He's coached. Remember Kelly? I think it was 5-6. Lou Holtz, first season was not very good. So
No.
you can't say I see it on thing, hey, we have to get rid of Freeman. And then it's already talking about other coaches. Come on, give him a break. Give him 3 years at least.
Yeah.
Get his players in here. Yeah, you can't just hammer him.
No, and let's face it, all his coaches are young except for 2. And they're all getting to know each other. Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole new coaching staff. So
Absolutely. So let's kind of get into that a little bit. These Facebook groups and stuff like that. Fire Freeman, fire or whatever. So do you think Marcus Freeman will get screwed like Ty Willingham?
Not right now, no. Let's just see how the season goes. If they can progress, that's the key. If he can progress by the end of the year, with showing that the offense and defense are all clicking together, and then going to next year. But if he struggles next year, they start looking and seeing, okay, we might have made a mistake, and he's not ready to be a head coach. Let him have at least 2 full years to see. If we go 6-6 this year and another 7-5 next year, then we start questioning, okay. And then the third year, I've already seen when Frost got fired at Nebraska. Hey, let's get Frost to be the offensive coordinator or something. Let's get rid of Tommy Rees. Everybody's jumping ship. That's the way these Domer some of these Notre Dame Facebooks, they jump ship. They're jumping ship in 4 games. So they're not true fans if they do that.
Does anybody remember how Coach Holt started out?
Yeah, he was like 4-8 or 5-6 or something.
Sure,
5-6. Kelly was funny.
Didn't he win a national championship?
Yeah.
On the 3rd year. Okay. Give my brother 3 years at least. He gets to know everybody. He's got almost all of his players in. Okay, that way, like Arin said, all right, now we'll judge him. Okay. But 1 year, he was thrown the Lions in the Oklahoma State game.
That shouldn't even be counted for him. Shouldn't even be counted. And they're always saying 0-3, 0-3. Oh, come on, man. He was thrown that in a 0-2.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
I don't think anybody really griped about after the Ohio State game. It just gave more energy when they just didn't come out to play against Marshall. Okay. And didn't Marshall just get beat?
Yeah. Overtime by BG.
Yes.
Yes, but Mac Jones, for the North Carolina coach, laid it out perfectly. Okay. It looked like the boys just did not get up to play Marshall. And he basically said in his press conference, Mac Jones, that's a good way of getting beat. Okay. When you're not playing up to your competition and then you're playing down to it. And they still are like, hey, it's one talented team, giving kudos and stuff like that.
Well, he's not going to badmouth the Irish. But think about it. Think of the teams that we play: Ball State, Toledo, Marshall, and we always have problems. Why? Because just like Josh says, we play down to them.
We've talked about that, Larry. Every team that comes there, that's their bowl game. Especially, like Marshall, that's their bowl game. Hey, this is it. I mean, this is a huge game. Toledo, look at Toledo did against Ohio State. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's
ever since they played us, they've been destroying everybody.
Yeah. The only positive I took out of the Marshall game is that all Marshall fans were happy with us, you and me, Arin. And the band. I forgot the band. Yes. Hey.
And then when they don't play up to their, I blame them coaches. They should have them. So they have to tell them every game is a huge game, and they have to come out with fire. The same with Marshall. I mean, Marshall went to Bowling Green after beating Notre Dame and stumbled over Bowling Green, a team they should have destroyed. But it happens with every college. If they beat somebody good, upset somebody, the next week they struggle. Like, okay, how did they beat so and so? And they can't even beat this lower Division I school. It happens with everybody. It's just not Notre Dame.
Wow, I didn't even get in.
I mean, ask what's going on. And I mean, there's a lot of schools this year are getting beat in the top 15 by teams they shouldn't be getting beat by. There's a lot of upsets already this year. It's going to be a crazy year for college football.
Absolutely a crazy year. Okay.
He's having a hard time today.
He's having a rough time today. Okay. Okay, so what are you guys' score predictions for the North Carolina game? So, Larry, start it off before you get kicked off.
30-27 Irish.
Who did they go and almost get beat by? They had to. It was like 50.
Probably got kicked off anyway.
50 something. It was like the first game or something. Like ungodly scoring. What was that? Appalachian State or who did they play?
Appalachian State.
And it was like 50 something to 50 something. I don't know
Yeah.
really what one of those offenses like. Didn't they get beat by Syracuse?
Who, Carolina?
Yeah, they got beat by somebody.
I don't think it was Syracuse, but they also gave up 60 to Appalachian State. So, and still won by like
Appalachian
it was
State,
like 40 points.
My score. I think it's going to be around the same score we had last week. It's going to be all deep. The defense has to hold them. I don't know about the quarterback of North Carolina, what their offense really looks like. One guy got
honestly,
drafted.
I think
their quarterback from 2
yes,
years ago.
Sam Howell got drafted, but they still have a good quarterback. Their offense is still really good. Their defense is really bad. I'm gonna probably put a score up, maybe 35 to 30. Notre Dame.
I think I'm going to be less than that. I'm going to go with 32-17.
Ooh. I went 30-27 Irish.
Yeah. Then after this week we got BYU, so
right.
But
let's get a little bit of a NFL recap here, okay, with this week. So, what the heck happened to my Colts? Like they come into this year, going like, hey, maybe we make a playoff run with Matty Ice. They can't even beat Jacksonville. They can't even get close to Jacksonville. They tied the Texans. At this moment, as a Colts fan, guys, should I just be hoping they get the number one pick?
I guess.
Yeah. Matt Ryan, I thought that'd help him a little bit, but not. Jeez, I didn't get to watch that game.
Luckily, I didn't either. I just watched highlights. But here's the thing. Patrick Mahomes comes into fantasy this week, comes into Indy. If you can't beat Jacksonville, it's going to be worse. Bad. If you put, it could be over by halftime, man.
They made Lawrence look real good. You're having a rough one this time, Larry.
Okay. How many?
Huh?
Larry, how many points does Kansas? How many points does Kansas City put on Indy this week?
Who gives a rat's bleep? Now, you want to talk about the Steelers and the Browns? I'll talk.
Steelers win.
They can't win. 35 at 30 at the end of the third quarter, Kansas City will have 35 points.
I say they score over 40 for the game.
I can see that.
And the way that Matt Ryan team against Jacksonville, I don't know if they'll score over 15, 2 touchdowns.
Oof.
That was in Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking about going down there, but after the Duval County massacre, the only thing positive this week is that I have Mahomes in fantasy, so I'm going to eat a little bit on my misfortune of being a Colts fan. But hopefully Larry's Browns beats the Steelers tonight. Nick Chubb gets me a couple points. Okay. Larry, how many points is Chubb going to give me tonight?
0. We're not going to play him because you need him.
I'm picking Steelers.
No, Well, he'll get over 100 yards because, and I don't know who Pittsburgh's starting, either Trubinsky or Pickett. I think you're throwing him to the Wolves. Clowney won't play, but I think the Browns can handle him. So I would say 20 at the least. Now, whether Hunt gets much into it, I don't know.
Okay, I like that. But I'm going to pick the Browns in a very close one. Okay. I'm going to go 25-21 Browns.
Yeah, I don't care if it's 1-0 as long as we win after the
way games are going, it's going to be a field goal at the end, and I say the Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully Bosworth, with your prediction, can kick a field goal in, because that Cincinnati game was awful at the end there.
Yeah, I give.
No, Cincinnati's not starting out very fast. 0-2.
Yeah.
I'm a Cowboy fan, but I'm not too happy with the Cowboys. So
what do you mean? You had your backup quarterback in, and you still won. What are you doing?
That's one game. But we have no running game. No running game at all. Ezekiel Elliott hasn't for 3 years
start Power.
now.
Start Power, and you'll have a running game.
So yeah, I think with Notre Dame we should start putting some freshmen in just to get some experience, especially Angeli. If Pine goes down against North Carolina or any of these games, they need to have him some, just how they used Buckner last year with Cohn. You need to get some plays so he can get his feet wet, get him ready, because I'm nervous if Pine goes down, he can be just thrown into the wolves.
Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, we don't count.
Maybe they'll blow them out, and Angeli will get in from that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Maybe next time you're in Griffith, you won't get lost. Maybe.
Hey, maybe. Maybe.
I am exactly 2 feet from the router, and it's not making a difference. So I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is, but anyway, stay Irish, my friend. Because of Larry's router, Arin took the first around the Irish corner here, and have a great Irish day to you guys at home, and we'll see you next week.
God willing.
Irish beat the Tar Heels.
There you go.